Welcome home. That is, to my review of the Supernatural episode Home. Not to be confused with the NF song on the EP Fear, which is also called Home. Welcome to the Eccentric Academy. My name is Cademan David, and I'll be your professor for this class in nerdery and science fiction. Today's lecture, we're taking a look at the Supernatural episode entitled Home. I think this episode is pretty good. I like how this is an episode where the show sort of gets into the underlying background stuff that's going on. This is the first time we see Daddy Winchester since the very beginning of the show. I think the overall plot of this episode is quite interesting. I like the idea of Sam and Dean going back to their childhood house. That was really interesting. And I also feel like this episode is a testament to Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles' brilliant acting. I think Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki are both very good actors, just generally, but in this episode they definitely brought their A game. And that could be noted in the scene where the new homeowner of their childhood home is talking about all of the issues they have with the house. And I love how Jensen plays it when she says flickering lights and he says, what else is happening? And also, for both these characters, there's a brilliant moment where Dean talks about carrying Sam out of their house when he was just a little baby. And this moment on the surface is nothing too spectacular, but when you actually dig into it, it's a perfect showcase for the dynamic between these two characters. Dean sees himself as still being that older brother that carried his baby brother to safety out of the burning house. But Sam doesn't remember that. Instead, Sam just sees it as, oh yeah, it's his brother that I've fought monsters with forever. And I think that is a really interesting dynamic, and the scene is a good way to sort of showcase it. And it's interesting sort of looking at that from the perspective of Dean. Dean sees Sam as, yes, that little baby is who this person is, and I still need to protect him because I know that that baby is Sam. But with that being said, what it all comes back to is, I think, the dynamic between the two brothers here, very interesting, very good way to showcase it. I like it. And, it's a CW show, so it's only a matter of time before they bring back the dead mom. Here they do it in a way that actually works. Later on when they did it, I didn't like those stories. I didn't think they worked, and I was mostly checked out of the show by that time anyway. But here it actually brings her back in a way that I feel is very interesting. And I kind of liked it where she's there as a ghost and, how it sort of leads up to them figuring it out. I like all that stuff. I think it's good. And I remember thinking the first time watching through this back in 2020 when I first watched Supernatural for the first time. How many times can I say first? Goodness gracious. But I remember I always thought, they're gonna bring Jessica back. Jessica being Sam's girlfriend. It's almost a little disappointing that they didn't. back when I first watched, I remember like sort of looking forward and being like, maybe they bring her back as like as a ghost character, or like, you know, some sort of a vampire or something. You know, they bring her back as like sort of a monster, and then she kind of helps out Sam and Dean. You know, she could kind of play uh, the role that Castiel would later play, being the actually supernatural character among the group of two hunters. Um, and I think that would have been an interesting story. They never did that. They bring back the mom twice, but they never bring back Jessica, which is kind of sad. Because I think there could be interesting character potential in bringing back that character. Oh well, it never happened. One thing I didn't really care for in this episode is the palm reader character. I forget her name. She just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is about her character. Just something about her makes me not want to like her. And even in this episode, there's like a sort of a thought in the back of my head where I'm like, is she actually evil? Like, because she says the ghosts are gone, the ghosts aren't gone. I don't know, is part of me was waiting for like the reveal of like, and actually she's the villain of the episode. But that didn't end up happening. So yeah, those are my thoughts of this episode. But what did you think of the episode? I love to hear it in the comments section. If you hit like, that will help this video to engage with more people. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe for reviews on Supernatural, Star Trek, Doctor Who, other shows in that vein of shows. Basically, I talk about the television shows I like, and I don't talk about the ones I don't like. For the main part, maybe someday I'll only talk about the ones I don't like. I'll become one of those grumpy YouTubers that just talks about all the movies they hate. Anyway, that's not what I'm here for right now. So if you want to watch more videos about me talking about the shows I love, link right there. Click on it, check it out. I appreciate you, and live long and prosper, my friend. Farewell.